So, James Gunn, The Suicide Squad is a very good movie in my opinion. Make sure to go and check it out when it comes out. It comes out on Friday in England and I think the week after in America. I will post this video once it's live. I mean, once it comes out in England because I am from England, so I always go by the UK release date. So, yo, what is good YouTube? Warstu here with a video on The Suicide Squad. We're going to talk post-credit scene, spoilers, review. We're going to do it all in one because I don't think there's a point talking about this movie unless you're talking about freaking spoilers. So make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel-based content, DC-based content, pop culture-based content. Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. And also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka Warstu. So as you guys know, I'm a freaking savage. I am honest with my reviews. Regardless to whether I get to watch movies or TV shows early, I do speak the truth. I don't pander to any studio. Thank you to Warner Bros. For inviting me to the UK premiere event of this. It was pretty cool event to be fair, really cool. They had this huge starfish thing outside of the venue. It was pretty cool. So quickly going to talk on non-spoilers. So this movie is what David Ayer's movie should have been, freaking savage. So James Gunn doesn't hold back on anything. It does have jokes, but it's not Marvel level jokes. It's kind of, you know, edgy-ish level jokes. Also, the blood, guts, deaths in this movie is absolutely insane. There's so much blood, guts. Just think Deadpool times 10. I mean, some people are saying it's freaking hilarious. I don't really agree with that. I think it's funny-ish, but the crowd did go pretty mental, to be fair, in this screener, which it's always cool to see. So we're going to go with a post-credit scene first. So the first end credit scene, it's just after the movie ends. I wouldn't really call it a mid-credit, it's the end credit scene. There's a character called Weasel, who everyone thought died at the start of it. And literally, you just see a Weasel has survived and he runs around the island pretty much. So Weasel is alive and could appear in the Peacemaker series or something. So guys, I will overlay generic Snyderverse just to see content over the top of this, because every time I try to use the Suicide Squad footage, Warner Bros. Flags it for me using trailer footage. I would try and my best to use proper footage. So the main post-credit scene is to do with John Cena's character, Peacemaker. So in this movie, Bloodsport thinks he kills Peacemaker with a bullet that was smaller than him, takes John Cena out, because John Cena's character, Peacemaker, was there to destroy the footage, whereas Team Suicide Squad wanted to preserve the footage and expose Amanda Waller and the government. So essentially, in this post-credit scene, Amanda's Waller team find out John Cena's character, Peacemaker, is alive in hospital after surviving Bloodsport's shot death earlier in the movie. And obviously, this is presumably to set up the Peacemaker TV series that apparently is gonna start streaming on HBO Max January 2022. Now, before this post-credit scene came in, I was a bit unsure of how they were going to do Peacemaker TV show if Peacemaker was actually dead. The ironic thing about Peacemaker is he might be called Peacemaker, but he's actually the Death Bringer. They should really change his name to the Death Bringer. He sliced and diced people up. It is absolutely insane. But James Gunn did say the following to Variety: Peacemaker is an opportunity to dive into the current world issues through the lens of a superhero, supervillain, and world's biggest douchebag. Yeah, Cena pretty much plays a douchebag, which is cool, and it's like an expansion of the Suicide Squad movie, which is pretty freaking cool. So Peacemaker will be cool. So the standout people in this movie for me were Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie. She went really dark in this, like really dark. She had so many layers and levels to her acting ability in this. It wasn't just psycho Harley, it was romantic Harley, killer Harley. Literally, she covered every base. I don't pander to any studio or any movie, but I really was intrigued by Harley Quinn's character in this movie, and I would love to see a variation of this Harley Quinn where she's not filtered. The problem with the other Suicide Squad movie is David Ayer didn't actually get to release the movie he wanted to, but for some reason they gave James Gunn free range to do whatever the frig he wanted, swearing, dick jokes. So much happened in this movie. Absolutely insane. Now, John Cena's character, Peacemaker, pretty interesting as Peacemaker. You'd think he makes peace, but absolute douchebag, was competing with Bloodsport all the time until Bloodsport killed him. Oh wait, he didn't actually kill him. So a bunch of other characters in this movie: Polka Dot Man, Ratchet 2, who essentially can control the rats, which is pretty cool. So the villain in this movie is Starro, hence why Starro's been in all the promotion. But the funny thing is, Starro is a Justice League villain in the comics, so it is pretty interesting. So how do they take out Starro at the end of the movie? Well, Ratchet 2 calls up all the rats to basically take out Starro. Harley Quinn's uses javelin, the dead javelin dude's javelin, to spike into Starro. So they got inside, and then the rats got straight into Starro and started to eat Starro from the inside until he exploded. Which, it's a pretty cool villain, to be fair. But like I say, this movie is very good, but the negatives for this movie for me is it was pretty generic, not in the sense of how savage and how gory and how bloody it was. It was generic in the sense that you knew exactly what it was building up to. You knew what Task Force X, the Suicide Squad's mission, was to do. You knew what they were going to do, and you knew eventually it would be Starro versus the Suicide Squad. Although Starro can technically manipulate and take over a bunch of people, so it was like everyone in this movie versus the Suicide Squad, pretty much. It was pretty cool. Polka Dot Man was a real surprise for this. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool character for me. There were a lot of fillers. Amanda Waller gets her face smashed by someone in the office because Amanda Waller was going to kill them all because they stopped listening, and she's like, no, you're not there to take out Starro, you're just there to hide the evidence that the government are behind Starro. And yeah, the Suicide Squad didn't listen to her. Someone in the office smashed someone around the face, and then yeah, the insult started on Starro, and they took Starro out, which is pretty damn cool. You know me, guys, I don't really review things in a generic manner, in a structured manner. I just get on the Shure SM7B and start freestyling whatever I thought of this movie. So like I said, guys, it is very good, but at the same time, it's very generic. I won't pander to a studio, and all these like outlandish, crazy quotes that say the greatest comic book movie. No, it's not the greatest comic book movie ever. It is very good. Don't get me wrong, with the blood, the guts, the savageness, the goriness, the violence. It's all great, but the storyline is still a very basic, generic storyline. I would have liked to see more of Peacemaker's backstory, because we already really know what's going down with Harley Quinn. We get a bunch more backstory with Harley Quinn. We get a bit of a backstory of Bloodsport and his daughter, and that's the reason he agreed to do this suicide mission. But Peacemaker, we didn't really get a backstory for him. Presumably that's because he's got in his own show that comes out in January, so we will find out the complexities and why Peacemaker's actually a douchebag and all that kind of good stuff, and why he would eat dicks in the field if he was asked to. And yeah, that line was kind of random, but yeah, I think it was in the trailer. It was pretty cool. Then we had The Thinker was in it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it was just a really fun movie. Now, is it connected to the greater DCEU? Well, it's got to be in a way, because Harley Quinn's there, Rick Flag's there, Amanda Waller's there. They're all there from the first movie. They actually spoke about the previous missions they'd done together. So what continuity is it? Is it DCEU? Yeah, I would say this is a DCEU Zack Snyder verse movie, but I don't really think it sets anything up for the future of the DCEU. Now, I guess you could say yes with Peacemaker, but until the Flash movie comes out, we don't know where they're actually going with this universe. We don't know if it's just going to be multiverse-based stories, because they have hinted that the Supergirl in the Flash movie, Sasha Calle's character, is Earth 2 Supergirl, and Robert Pattinson is from Earth 2, so we don't know what kind of continuity this is, but I would say it's definitely Zack Snyder's DCEU continuity, because most of the characters from the original are in it. Well, a few of them in it, and my girl from Queen of the South, she's in it. She was cool, really cool. I'm really bad at names, but yeah, there's some cool characters in this. The rats came and overtook everything. Now, that was pretty cool. If you got a phobia of rats, that would have been pretty bad, so I'm excited for you guys to see it. Like I said, guys, I will put this video out before it comes out in America, but I'm not going to ruin anything in the title. The title will be The Suicide Squad Post-Credit Scene, Explained, Ending Explained, and Spoiler Review. So if you choose to click into this, and don't get me started on King Shark. King Shark's a freaking savage. Sylvester Stallone literally eating everyone, and people thought he was dead at the end, but no, you can't kill King Shark off because he's the freaking king. So yeah, guys, it's pretty cool, but like I say, if you click into this video, there was spoiler warning. Literally, you click into a spoiler post-credit video just for the post-credit scene. Don't moan down below, guys, if I ruined it for you, because this is a full spoiler. It's out in England now by the time I post this video, so it's fair game in my opinion. So like always, guys, check it out on Instagram at Warstu. If you want to see the face behind the voice, also check out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka Warstu, and I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.